Hello everyone, welcome to the United Stand. It's me, Faz, coming to you with some breaking news on Cucurella. Yes, Manchester United are now looking to actively sign Cucurella as soon as possible. Marc Cucurella, who's currently at Chelsea and is not going well for him. But Erik ten Hag wants him, and does this mean it's going to happen? I'm going to run through some of the sources and some of the reports that have come out. So let me just bring up the first one from Laurie Whitwell. Chelsea said to have proposed a £7 million loan fee for the season for Marc Cucurella. Coming out from Fabrizio Romano, it is understood the loan fee offered for Marc Cucurella is in excess of £2 million. Chelsea want more, and the talks are ongoing to make it happen. Cucurella is open to joining Manchester United since Saturday. The deal is most definitely on. Negotiations are continuing between Chelsea and Marc Cucurella. And David Ornstein also reports Manchester United's offer is an initial loan for Cucurella, and Chelsea have responded with talks ongoing. The clubs are discussing various parameters around the initial loan proposal. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts on this particular deal. There's numerous players that Manchester United were looking at for that particular position, but I personally said Marc Cucurella would be a good option for the time being whilst we're thin on numbers in that position. Big up to everyone who's joined nice and early as well. Yeah, get your comments in. I'd love to know what you guys have to say. First and foremost, what I'll say is Chelsea yet again are trying to have us on. Yes, they are. There is a conversation about will Chelsea be a bit thin in that particular position if they're playing a back three, if they let Marc Cucurella go. Well, listen, that's not my headache. That's not our headache. We're Manchester United. If they want to let that player go, that's up to them. What I think, though, there's this thing about Marc Cucurella may not be good enough for Manchester United, and that's something that I want to talk about a little bit. I think £2 million is a reasonable offer for a player that isn't probably going to be valued in Chelsea. So for him to come to Manchester United and give us that squad depth that we need, I don't mind. What we must consider is Marc Cucurella isn't going to be starting all this, for the full season. He's going to be here until probably December starting-wise, which gives Dalot the option to continue competing with Wan-Bissaka for the right-back position, because what we don't want is to overload Malacia once he comes back and have Dalot play out of position as well. We have to be balanced, right? We have to be balanced. People think Marc Cucurella, because his time at Chelsea did not go well, that he's a bad player. Let me tell you, he is not a bad player. If you want to go and check, please do. But during the time when Marc Cucurella was in Brighton, he was one of the crucial players in Brighton's build-up play from the back. Go and check his heat map when he was Brighton in 21-22 season as well, how pivotal he was for Brighton. And he's got loads of attributes. He's really good on the turn. He's really good when it comes to pressing. He's aggressive with his tackles. He's okay in the air. He's not the best in the air, but he's okay in the air. All of these things, I think, if you ask me, on a loan deal, I will take, because I don't want to, as much as Dalot is playing the left-back position really well, I don't want him to be playing out of position, because you don't really want a right-footed left-back. You know, it's concerning. Even though, actually, speaking on that, Dalot had a fantastic cross against Forest with his left foot, which me and Ricky on the fan forum were talking about how great that was. But yes, I want him to continue competing with Aaron Wan-Bissaka for the right-back position. What do you guys think? Let me see. There's a quick member super chat. Thank you very much, Gary, for staying a member for 13 months. Gary says, good stuff, Faz. Love your shows. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words. Someone asks, is he any good? Look, Marc Cucurella graduated from Barcelona's academy. And we all know how much we rate Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, their academies. These are top, upper echelon, creme de la creme players that come out of their academy. Why will you say that Marc Cucurella is not good at 25 years of age, a player that's already played in the Premier League and done well with Brighton? And actually done well with Brighton. Why? Also, Chelsea were in absolute turmoil last season. It's not like Chelsea have had a very stable season. They had a manager sacked, Tuchel, who brought him in. Tuchel got sacked. Frank Lampard came in, as a almost like a caretaker manager who didn't end up staying, and now Pochettino's coming. Why do people think that because Chelsea didn't do well in the league, automatically Mark Cucurella is bad. That's not a fair judgment on the player itself. He's 25 years old. He's been in a club where the club itself has been in disarray because of managers leaving, however things have been dealt with Todd. You can't hold that against the player. He still has fantastic attributes that he can use. And, you know, I'm more concerned than anything. I'm actually not concerned with the transfer. I'm more concerned as to how much Manchester United end up paying on this loan deal. I think we must be very, very careful with our pennies. We did somewhat, some would say we overpaid for Mason Mount. I think majority of the people would say we overpaid for Mason Mount. We don't want to be giving them any more cash as well. Let's be very honest here. We need that money to be able to help buy Sofiane Amrabat, maybe even a loan deal for Ryan Gravenberch, and maybe a deadline day madness where we somehow loan a striker. I don't know. I'm living in dream world, but if that happens. So we need to be careful with how we spend our money. Very, very careful. Admin, could we get a poll, if you don't mind, because there's so many beautiful people who've joined the show today. Could we get a poll? Mark Cucurella, the proposal, by the way, it's not an official anything yet in terms of bids. It's just a proposal. They're still going to be negotiating as to what price. I'm guessing it's going to get done around 4 million. Chelsea wants 7, which is crazy. Manchester United want to give 2. I think about 3 to 4 million will get that done. And at the end of the season, I can see him going back to Chelsea. I really do, unless, again, we end up keeping him. We won't need to. Malacia will be coming back. Luke Shaw, injured till December, which is an absolute shame. But don't forget, Champions League football. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be playing Champions League football. We need the squad depth. And he's not the worst player in the world. We're not downgrading by any means. Yes, a lot of people will say Dalot is great at left back, but why would you play a player out of position that you can get a player who's played before in this league in that position really well? Does it not make sense? Heart of United, who's been a member for 1 month, thank you very much for staying a member, says, love the show, keep it up, Faz, you're smashing it. Thank you very much, really appreciate that. Yeah, I'd like to see if I can read out some of the chat from our beautiful community. Someone says, we will overpay as usual. I hope not. I really do hope not. Someone says, every Chelsea player is crap, so you wouldn't take Enzo Fernandez. I don't know about that one. But yeah, for me, I am a bit upset that Manchester United haven't managed to figure out a way to get Sofiane Amrabat in. It will be an absolute embarrassment if we don't end up getting Sofiane Amrabat, because the player has been waiting. The way this transfer market, this transfer window has gone for us is not been the best, in all honesty. I don't want to be too negative with you guys and say, oh, it's been horrible, blah, blah, blah. But for me, I think Cucurella coming in will give us that boost, most definitely. And he is so good at receiving the ball. Another thing, which is very good, Andre Onana playing up from the back. Cucurella be able to receive the ball. Forward passes towards the midfield. Forward passes towards our wingers. Is this not what we want? And he's also good at crossing as well. Don't forget, he's actually good at crossing as well. Let me just get my vote into the poll. Axo, who's been a member on the United stand for 6 months, thank you very much for staying a member, says Cucurella cooked us under Ragnick at Brighton and can play inverted fullback role as well. Wouldn't start him next to Cass, but he can invert there. Okay deal. Okay, I actually very much agree. He can come into that half space and he's able to stay higher up on the pitch comfortably. That's another important thing. Referencing the Forest game, how many times did you see? I was looking at the pitch, and numerous times I was thinking to myself, where is Diogo Dalot? And I see him really high up on the pitch into the opposition's final third. And he's there creating this 3-1-6 kind of formation. Cucurella can do that job as well. And, you know, I don't want, with all due respect, I don't want complacency settling in Aaron Wan-Bissaka and him thinking, yep, right back, my position, all is good. That's what I don't want. What I do want is Dalot to be able to compete with him. And I do want to see the odd games where Dalot's having really good in the right back and then Bissaka is continuing to pressure him. And then again, Bissaka is having some good games in the right back. Competition for spots. That's not my word. That is Erik ten Hag's word. You've heard Erik ten Hag say this in press conferences as well. And the fact that, you know, another thing, the fact that they're looking at a loan deal, because I think I predict, I don't have it, don't take my word for it. I predict Malacia is going to be back in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks max, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows anything else. If Malacia comes back, that's 2 players in the left back position, not 3. Just to confirm, not 3. Also, Cucurella has played in the left centre back position as well. Don't forget, if anything happens, Luke Shaw isn't here to save us. Touch wood. God forbid. If we've already heard a little bit about Varane being injured and being out for numerous amount of weeks. If anything happens where another centre back is injured, we will be in deep trouble. And I know the admin is behind the camera, jumping up and down, thinking Johnny Evans FC. But I promise you, it's not going to be Johnny Evans to cover our backside. It will probably be Marc Cucurella, because again, he can... Thank you very much, thank you. I am telling you, Marc Cucurella will be the player to come and help us cover that left centre-back position if push comes to shove. Another super chat here, let me just read it out. Thank you very much for the super chat, guys. Really appreciate that. Says, Chelsea also want us to pay his 175,000 week wages. Well, Ronald, what do you want us to do? The club is loaning him out. What do you want us to do? Do you want us to not pay the wages and be thin in that position, and Dalot plays, and again, anything happens in football, anything can happen, Dalot takes a knock. What do you do then? How much do you value covering that left back position? Because if you ask me, I am paying, well, 175 is quite a bit of money, but I'm probably going to negotiate with Chelsea and, you know, do a 60-40 deal, something along those lines. We'll pay you 4 million up front for the loan deal, but we'll pay 150 wages or 140 wages and try and get him, because at least we need the squad depth. I keep telling you, please don't forget, Champions League football. We want to play in every game. We want to play in every competition. And that's why we need the depth. Let me see if I've missed any other super chat. There's another one as well. Risik, thank you very much for your super chat. Says, hi Faz, hope you're well. I'm alive. I can't complain. Thank you very much. I hope you're well as well. Cucurella to United. We almost got him last season. I like his style of play. Along Onana would change our style of play. This is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. I have seen numerous occasions where Onana is passing the ball to Lisandro Martinez and Luke Shaw is much higher up on the pitch. That's what I want to see from Cucurella, where he's able to receive the ball and be part of our attacking phase without sacrificing any defensive attributes. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, fantastic at defending. Attacking, at times, he's poor. But Cucurella on the left-hand side will bring that balance. And we almost go into a back three. I know we play in a back four, but in an attacking phase, or times when we have possession in the opposition's half, we go almost in a back two, back three. And we need players that are comfortable on the ball, that are also able to create aerial threat. Crosses from Cucurella are going to be pivotal. Rasmus Højlund is scheduled to be back, I don't know, in the next few weeks, in the next week or so. Maybe we even get to see some minutes against Arsenal. If that's the case, you all know I love great head goals. That's what I love. I really, really want Manchester United to be able to utilise players who can cross the ball like Marc Cucurella. There's another poll as well. I didn't manage to get the result of the other poll. Admin, if you could tell me what was the percentage, that would be great, please. The new poll is, how much do you think United will sign Marc Cucurella on loan? Let me just get my vote. I think it gets done about 4 million. So I'm going to go with 2 to 4 million. And 78% you say was people voting that they are happy with Cucurella, which is great. Which is great. In a position that we are, it's great. Someone says, hold on, someone said, well, as currently stands, Faz, we are going to be relegated because we cannot even field a full team. I share your concerns, Charles. I really do. I really do. But there's a saying, beggars can't be choosers. And right now, we can't even string a starting 11 with each player playing in their preferred position. We've only just managed to push Rashford to the left where he wants to play. We've only just, managed to bring in Dalot to cover the left back. We don't want to be in this position. We really don't. Do you want to not make it out the group stages of Champions League? Someone said before, I don't want him. I don't understand why. I'd love to know someone tell me why they would not want Marc Cucurella. And simply basing off last season, that is not fair on the players. Don't do this. We are all better than this. We watch the games in the Premier League. We know what he can do. Absolutely what he can do. But anyways, listen, at the moment as it stands, just to reiterate some of the reports, 2 million has been offered by Manchester United. Talks are ongoing as reported by David Ornstein. Fabrizio has also reported that Chelsea want more and the deal is on. Cucurella is open to joining Manchester United since Saturday. What day is it today? Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? If I'm not mistaken, yes, it's Tuesday. So he's been waiting since Saturday. So this deal is clearly brewing. I think it's going to get done as soon as possible. But if any other further news comes up, obviously we will be here to report it. There's another super chat as well. Let me just address that. Risik says, I'm well. Cucurella is good in the air and hold up play. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I remember one particular game against Arsenal he was playing. The player manages to track back, get the ball nice and clean from behind and progress the ball forward. All of these things are so crucial in making sure you play possession-based football. That's what we want. Malacia, great deal. We brought him. He's a good player, but again, he's got, a few years till he develops. I think he's going to be more of a project player for Erik ten Hag. So we need a player right now that can help us coming into the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League games, all of these games. And I'm happy, by the way, for Cucurella to be on the bench at times and then Dalot to cover him if needed be. I'm happy. It just brings that balance that we need. And also, once Luke Shaw is back, he's going to need a bit of time to start gaining fitness again, to start being ready to play first 10 minutes, 90 minutes. So there's going to be a period of time till, Luke Shaw ends up taking his spot. But eventually, Luke Shaw will take his spot. Sir Alex Ferguson, he's saying the season does not start until, when is it, February, January? So please, this is only the first half of the season. We need to make sure we get players in. But thank you all very much. I really appreciate you all for joining. If any other news breaks, we will be live, as you know, on the United Stand. Make sure to like the video if you haven't already. Make sure to comment down below as well. What do you think? Do you think Manchester United will get this deal done for less than 5 million? Comment down below. Do you like the player? Let me know. If you don't, I particularly want to hear from you. So let me know that as well. Make sure to follow United Stand on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of the social media platforms for all your latest Manchester United content. It's me, Faz. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace, people.